And welcome to the webinar today, What's New at Bizink for May 2019. So today we're going to be running through all the content and features, or well, pretty much all the content and features that Bizink has released in the first half of 2019. So thanks for coming along. I can see just a few more people joining here, and I've got on the session with me today Anthea Major, who is Bizink's Head of Growth. How are you doing, Anthea?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks everyone for coming along.
Very good. So yeah, we'll just let a few more people come, and as we're doing that, I'll just do a little bit of housekeeping. So we're going to be sending out the recording after the session, and so we'll email that out. It's probably not worth us sending out the slides for this one. It's a pretty simple webinar. We're going to keep it nice and practical, nice and short. We're just going to quick fire run through all the features. And if you want to talk to us at the end, there's going to be a Q&A. So if you've got any questions, please use the Q&A panel, or you can use the chat as well. So I can see Liz is here. How are you doing, Liz? Where's everyone dialing in from today? I'm down in the very cold and wet South Island in New Zealand today. I think this is going to be our first big snowfall of the year. So the upside of that is maybe some skiing coming up soon, but it's pretty grim today. Anthea's probably a bit sunnier over in Queensland.
Yeah, I was about to complain about the cold, but apparently it's only 16 degrees here, so I probably shouldn't. We're definitely not about to get snow here, so I'm in sunny Queensland, so it's pretty good.
Okay. Oh, cool. So Liz is in New Mexico. Morris is in Melbourne. Cold there too. Yeah, I saw some cold weather in Melbourne. Someone from Cologne, I think that I can guess who that might be. 30 degrees. Wow, I wouldn't mind that. That's
Beautiful.
30 degrees Celsius as well, so pretty nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Very good. Thanks, guys. Well, let's get into it today. So what we're going to be covering is email marketing. We're going to have a look at lead magnets, tools and calculators, blogs, new partner pages, marketing packages, and SEO. We finally caved in and started doing SEO, and zero content and integrations. And then we're going to finish up just showing you a couple of new website designs. So before we're going to do this as like a demo style, I'm just going to share the back end and show you how that works. But before I jump into the email marketing section, just want to show you this table that we put together. So we were talking on a recent roadshow in Australia, and with the outsourced accountant, and Craig, the CEO, came to me and we were talking about email newsletters and open rates. And you know, we were saying how high the open rate is for a lot of accounting firms. So we thought we'd go and have a look at what it actually was for Bizink clients. And you can see at the top the open rate. This was in March. We took these stats. Actually, sorry, it was in April. It's similar every month. And we send out tens of thousands of emails every month. So the open rate across all emails was nearly 40%, and the click rate 5.38%. Now, I don't know if that seems high or low to you or whatever, but if you look at the other ones, hobbies is the highest performing category in MailChimp. So MailChimp is probably the most popular email marketing app in the world, certainly one of the top three. And their top performing category, the open rate is 27%. So, you know, you can see how much higher it is for Bizink clients, and the click rate is lower too. So, we'll definitely take some of the credit for that, but I think the message I would take away from that is, first of all, is email marketing really works. And second is that people open emails from their account. So having said that, I'm going to jump into just showing you the new Bizink email marketing features that we've released this year. So you can see here, this is in the back end of one of our websites. So first of all, email marketing is built into the sites. You don't have to go to a separate app to do it. And we do integrate with tools like MailChimp and Campaign Monitor and Active Campaign, some of those popular email marketing apps. But we know that you guys like stuff all in one place, that kind of one-stop shop approach. So we've built email marketing right into the back end of the website. And there's 3 types of emails that you can send out. So we've got email blasts, automated emails, and newsletters. So I'm going to show you newsletters first. And the great thing about these is that they're automated. So every month we can put together an email newsletter for you that is unique to your firm. I'll show you how we do that. But it will get sent out every month, and you either can not touch it at all, or you can go in and make some tweaks. So I'm going to show you this US one. So the red text is just, this is our demo site. So the red text is just illustrative. The email is branded to your firm, and it's completely mobile friendly, because most people reading emails now will do it on their iPhone or whatever, their mobile device. So it's got to be mobile friendly. So you can see that will all be branded to you. Now this is a US one. Our content is written by a writer who's also a CPA in the States, who might just be on the line, I feel. And she writes some really cool content about tax, which doesn't often come in the same sentence. But what we ask listeners to do is create content that is either something that clients are going to, is a benefit for them, or it's going to hurt them, because that's all they want to read about tax. Like, people don't really want to read about tax. That's why they come to you. And we've got tax content for New Zealand and some of the other countries as well. But we've also got business advisory content. So, what a lot of business owners want to read about is how they can, grow, market, manage their business. And so we've got all that type of content in there as well. And that's written by our team. We've also written for some of the biggest banks in the world in the past. They've written for Intuit, Microsoft. So real experts in creating small business content. And if you don't like one of these articles, you can swap it out for another one. We've got a library of articles that you can choose from, and these are completely randomized. So that's how we make it that even though we're working with lots of different accounting firms, no one's going to have the same content, and certainly not going to go at the same time. And you can also mix in other things. So for example, if you're a zero firm, you could have a zero tip. If you're a QBO firm, we could swap that out for that. Or you could have nothing about software in there at all. And there's other types of content that we can pull in. We could pull in content from your blog. We could, and you can add your own content as well. So every month, the newsletter will get produced. You'll have 30 days to review it if you want to make any changes, or it will just go out automatically. So that's email newsletters. We've also got email blasts. So these are one-off emails. If you want to do what we would say like a promotional email, and really, if you look at those open rates that I saw, showed you before, you should be sending an email to your clients once a month, and we would say also your prospects as well. Just trying to sell them something, and actually when I say sell, help them with something. So when I talk to firms, I often ask them, do all of your clients know about all of the services that you can offer them? And the answer is almost always no. So if that's the same case for you, then you need to be telling them about all the ways you can help them. And email is a perfect way to do that. You saw those high open rates. That's a great way to do it. And you can do that through the system here. Just send out these one-off emails. And actually we've, created some templates as well. So like if I click into one here, I'm going to delete that. So what you can do is drag in some content here. So we drag in a post. We're going to choose a mail template, and we're going to ask one for asking for referrals. So we check that template. We want the full post. Don't need to read more button. We can do this one all in the email. And so you can see that pulls in. There's merge fields as well, and you can tailor that to how you want, but it just means it saves you time writing those kind of emails. So the next thing I wanted to show you, which ties into email marketing, is lead magnets. So what we mean by a lead magnet is putting something valuable on your website, a piece of valuable content that will turn a visitor into a lead. Most people who visit accountants' websites are not going to get in touch with you, or bookkeepers' websites. And that isn't because your website sucks. Like, it might be, but it isn't necessarily. Even the best accounting websites have very low conversion rates. For example, Amazon.com, most popular e-commerce site in the world, their conversion rate is something around 12 to 15%. So another way to look at that is, 85%, 88% of people don't buy. Well, for an accounting website, it's clearly much lower, probably 1% or less. So the key is those people who visit, they are interested. They're just not ready to engage you right now. How do you grab their details and then keep talking to them until they are ready? Because timing is everything when it comes to marketing and sales. So we can give you lead magnets to put on your site. This is one of the most popular ones. It's a business plan course. So somebody signs up on the site and then they get pushed into the back end of the website, into the email marketing they've been showing you, and the first email gets sent out. So this gives them a free business plan template, which is a very popular piece of content that small business owners are after. And then it starts to give them the course on how to complete the business plan. So over a week, that course goes out. And so what we're trying to do there is nurture the lead, warm them up so they're more likely to engage you. And at the end, we send on your behalf, and this would go from your email address as well. We send what we call like a bit more of a closing email to try and start that conversation. Now, obviously, some people will get in touch, some people won't. For those that don't, we just move them to your newsletter list. So they'll keep getting a useful communication from you every month. And hopefully that means you're top of mind when the time becomes right for them to engage your firm. So that's lead magnets, and we've got a whole bunch of different lead magnets. Anthony's going to show you a zero one later, but we've got them on all different kinds of business topics like profit, cash flow, that kind of thing. So we've got something that will probably fit your audience really well. Next thing I wanted to quickly show you was business tools and calculators. So I'm just going to show you this business plan diagnostic tool. And this is a new version of one of our most popular tools where people can come and answer questions about their business plan. And depending on what they answer, it will give give them a rating, and it will give them some suggestions on what to do next. So you can see, based on what they answered, it will give them some critical actions, some considerations, and they can download that report as a PDF. And we can also we can turn that into a lead magnet in the sense that we can make them give their email address before they can get hold of that report, and we can have it that report gets sent to you as well. So that's a really cool tool. It's a really good conversation starter, even with your existing clients, to get them thinking about their business plan, their business model, and start a conversation which then can lead to extra billing opportunities for you. We've also been working on some calculators. So, I mean, you'll often see some really horrible calculators on accounting websites, amortization calculators and things like that, which nobody's interested in, but in terms of business owners. So what we've tried to do is make some really attractive calculators that businesses or individuals would actually use. And this is a budget planner, which, we've also got a cash flow version of this, which would be more appropriate to businesses. So people can start really easily, pull together, their income, start adding some expenses into that, and it will, start working out the budget for them. And like everything we do, we want to start conversations with you. That's the whole purpose of the website, is to get your clients and your prospects talking to you. So it's a really good one for them to start thinking about. And so we've got some different tools in there that we've just released. Blogs is the next thing I want to just quickly show you. So blogs are one of the most popular, probably the most popular feature that we have, the blogs and the integration that we have with social media and email marketing. And we add new blogs all the time. So there's over 250 blog posts in here, and you can use any of these at any time. 4 new posts come in every month, and these all cover basically business advice topics. We don't tend to do compliance stuff in here because no one reads it. No, that's why people come to you. They don't want to read about compliance topics. So we can jump on one of these posts. We can add an image. So we're integrated with Pixabay, which is an archive of over 1 million images. So I can add an image in like that. Super quick to get that all sorted. So that post is ready to go. So we could schedule that. So we can put that, let's put that for there. And so in terms of scheduling, what we'd often recommend is like do 4, 8, 12 posts at the same time, so that you're basically planning out your content stream for over like 90 days or whatever. So when I hit that, you can see this is integrated with social media as well. So when I hit publish, that's going to go live on the blog, but it's also going to go to social media, and actually it's also going to go to email marketing as well. So you can see the post there. Now you're free to edit that if you want. If you wanted to change that, they're absolutely fine, not a problem. You can edit that content. It's completely white label, and it will also go to social media too. So you can see, so I'll just refresh. So you can see that's posted to Twitter, linking back to your site, and it will also do it to Facebook as well and LinkedIn. So you can, one click, it's going to your blog and all your social sites as well. But even better than that, it will go to email marketing too. So if I go back into email marketing, we've got a blog focused newsletter as well, latest from our blog, and it will pull in there. So you can see that story is pulled in, and that can be set to go out automatically to your clients, your prospects, or a combination of both. So at this point, I am going to hand over to Anthea, who's been doing a bunch of work on partner pages, which is what we talk about when we mean partners like Xero, QBO, and some of those add-on apps. So we produce a bunch of content around those partners that you work with quite a lot. And she's going to come in and show you that kind of content we've been working on. Over
awesome. Thanks, Matt. So hopefully I've got control of your screen now, so that's handy. First of all, I'm going to talk to you guys about, like Matt mentioned, the partner content. So I want to take a step back and just cover quickly again what Matt spoke about with lead magnets. So lead magnets, you're thinking of, exactly a magnet, something that's on your site that's going to attract leads to you. So it's got to be something that's useful and valuable and interesting to the prospect in order to capture their details. So you can see on screen here that they need to fill out that form in order to get content. So lead magnets, like Matt mentioned, it's great for, website traffic's great, but it's actually converting them into a lead then. So it's really, really good to build your email list. And obviously because it's offered in exchange for that email address there. So usually you've probably seen around the web, people offer like ebooks for download, and they can work, but we've just found like those 7-step email courses have worked quite well for our client base. And as Matt mentioned, we know that people open emails from their accountants and they're interested in that topic. So We've got a whole bunch of them that we write for our clients, like 7 steps to an effective business plan, as Matt showed you in the back end. We've just launched this new one on screen. So this one is a course all about Xero. So we did have one called Learn Xero in 7 days, and we've just got some fresher, newer content that we've all compiled. It's called Get Started with Xero, and basically gives subscribers a quick, simple overview of Xero so that they can learn the basics over that 7-day period. Now, the good thing about this course is that it's not just for your prospects, it can be really good for your clients as well. It's more of an educational piece too, and helps build your credibility, especially in terms of, you know, your expertise with Xero. So these are all powered by videos. What I'm going to show you is, going to jump back into email marketing. So as Matt showed you, we've got 3 types: email blasts, automated emails, and newsletters. So this all powers from automated emails. So basically we set this all up for you. You don't have to touch it. Step 1 is email 1, that goes on day 1. And then step 2, email 2, that goes day 2, and just goes and flows down through. So these types of emails, they're really great for nurturing, and we also get that follow-up started, as Matt mentioned. This one's the business plan on screen, but very similar for that Xero course. We'll start the follow-up for you as well.
Hey, Anthea, and as well,
Yep.
just if you're not a Xero firm, we were also working on one for QBO, right, as well?
Definitely, yep. QBO and MYOB are in the works at the moment too. We've just got a lot of Xero partners, and this one's been quite popular as well. So we'll definitely keep you updated on our QuickBooks one, which will be next. So these are included in our Pro website package, and the way it all works is through Xero resources. So there's a lot of videos, like I quickly mentioned that. So each email has a different video that they get to watch that day. So this pulls from the Xero resources, which we've embedded into your site from Xero TV. So you can see on screen that we bring that content into your website. So you have these tools on your website anyway that, you know, clients or prospects can use. They can browse. As Matt mentioned, it's all about starting conversations and trying to help position you as the, you know, the go-to source for anything Xero related. So that's where all those pull from. It doesn't, you know, in the email, the Get Started with Xero course, it doesn't link back to, you know, Xero TV or Xero.com. It doesn't send them anywhere else. It keeps them within your website, and then you can manage that relationship. That's quickly the Get Started with Xero course. If you're interested in that, let us know. What we also have is partner pages. So we've got a whole bunch of partner pages you can see on the menu here. We actually have more than that, but we thought the menu was getting a bit long. So basically we've pulled together a whole bunch of content from your different accounting software partners and vendors, and we've brought that content into your website. So again, like I was saying, it saves you sending them elsewhere to get that information, you know, saves you sending them to another site, and then they've closed your tab, and before you know it, they haven't got in contact with you, even if they had that intention. So it just keeps them here, gives them a bit more information about the particular product. I'm just going to scroll down. We try and keep it quite visual as well. And then we've got the call to action here. You can see, you know, if you're interested in anything Xero related, contact us. So the call to action being to contact you about that. So you can see we've got quite a bit of content for like Xero, QuickBooks as well. Like Matt mentioned, we're not excluding you. We've got a lead magnet and content here as well. And we've also got Receipt Bank. So we've got quite a few. We've also got more, as I mentioned. This month alone, we just launched some for Tanda, Deputy, and Gusto at the request of our clients in our client Facebook group. So we've got more coming in the works. Counters next, but this is something that's, you know, this partner page service is something that we offer free for our clients. So if you had any other partners that you'd really like, we can work on getting that one, another one up there as well. So we're always adding to that, always wanting you to have that kind of content within your site. As I mentioned before, we also have resources for Xero, MYOB, and QuickBooks. So I showed you quickly Xero. very similar for MYOB and QuickBooks. We've pulled their videos from Xero TV or their YouTube channel and brought them into your site. And that's, free for you to use in your marketing as well. As Matt mentioned, you can bring it into an email newsletter too. So those are all just designed to boost your credibility. So if you're interested in that, let us know. Make the most of the content that we're giving you and putting in your site. That's a quick rundown of our partner stuff. I also wanted to talk to you quickly about our marketing packages and our SEO piece that we've got now. So I'm going to bring that up on screen here. Basically, our marketing packages give you done for you marketing. So we know, talking to a lot of accountants over the years, Matt's been doing it for a bit longer than I have, we know that, maybe you have great intentions to do marketing, but it just doesn't happen sometimes. Things get busy, and it's hard to keep marketing up when you get busy, especially. So we've built these packages so that we can just take marketing off your plate completely and handle it for you, as you can see there. So what's included from the growth package and up, you get like a planning meeting with us, and we help develop your strategy. We also will, be posting blogs for you, choosing those images, scheduling them out, and that'll go through to social media as well, as Matt showed you, with the Twitter example. We can also do some custom posts in the growth package and above. We've also got email marketing, so that email newsletter that's, as automated as possible. And we can also get, if you've got any content on news, we can add that in for you too. You can also get some email blasts. So we showed you some of the templates that we've got there. We've got a whole bunch of pre-written email blasts that you can send. So a quite popular one I've been sending for some of our clients this month is asking for referrals. We've also got one for the Australian market at the moment. It's, do you want to chat about the end of financial year? It's a good time to check in. So we try and do some more of that timely content as well. We've also got that quarterly referral email campaign too. And this search engine marketing, so I probably shouldn't get Matt started on SEO, but if you've been following Bizink for a little while, you'll probably know our stance on SEO a little bit. We can't say it's probably our favourite marketing tactic for accountants, because we've seen a lot of our clients get ripped off by SEO companies, and we just, we have a look at the stats and have a look at what actually works for accountants, and we know that it hasn't got, the greatest ROI. And we also knew that SEO works a lot better when it's integrated with a marketing strategy, which is exactly what we've done here. We've built it into this marketing package. So like you can see, there's a whole bunch, even from the compliance package and up, we'll do some SEO for you. Just a note here, all of our website clients have SEO optimization as standard. They get, a mobile friendly website with an SSL certificate. So there's a few technical things I won't get into, but we do have, standard SEO. These are just some additional things we can try to do, integrate it with the marketing strategy as well. So you can see we've also got things like a reputation check as the third option here. So we'll go have a look and see, what would your prospects see when they're looking for you? Even if it's just a simple Google or a look on Facebook, okay, is there a negative review? Okay, that's going to influence our strategy. Maybe we'll do a campaign to our clients to try and get some Facebook reviews that month, for example. So we try and integrate it in. There's some more inclusions in the marketing package as well. If these are only available to our clients, so you have to be on an Ascend Marketing Hub full bundle or a website package in order to get this. So have a chat to us if you are interested. You can just type in the chat box, marketing, and we'll get in touch with you if you do want to find out more. We do also have standalone SEO packages. They're like a one-off tune-up for our website clients as well, so if you really want to ramp that up there. So that's pretty much it from me for now, Matt. I'll hand back over to you.
Cool, thanks, Anthea. So if anyone's interested in any of this stuff, I think, Anthea, can you just post a link to book a meeting in the chat, please? And then just book a time to chat to one of our team and be somewhere close to where you're based, and we can help you out. Or drop us an email at hello@bizinkonline.com, I'll put it up on the screen in a minute, and we can go from there. So the next thing that I wanted to show you, just a couple more things I'm going to show you. So the first one is new zero integrations. So one of them is actually kind of like an old integration that we've given a bit of a tune up to, and what that is an integration with XPM. So I've been asked about this a lot over the years, is like, what do you do with XPM? So we've always been able to integrate a lead into XPM. So when I submit, I'm just going to put a fake email address in here. When I submit this now, I apologize to the site, it looks a bit rough, but this is just our demo site. So I hit submit. So that email now is going to get pushed into the back of XPM here. So if I refresh that and click on the lead there, you can see that's automatically been pushed in as a lead. So that's going to stop data entry that way. So you've got data coming into XPM, and then the other part of that, this is the new part. So I'm going to show you this, even though this is really it's not even in beta version. This is a really rough first cut. But this is something that's quite big. We've been asked for this for quite a while, is can we sync contacts from XPM back to Bizink, so back to our email marketing software? And the answer is now that we can. So basically you fill in your API details here, or we can do it for you. And then choose a list in email marketing where you want the subscribers to go to. So we'll choose prospects, and in XPM, there's the concept of prospects and clients. So prospect is your leads. I don't understand why they have that different terminology, but they do. And so we're gonna pull them in. So if I save those, we're gonna do a bit of a tidy up on the visuals in this, but I just wanted to show you the functionality, which is now working. So I can now pull those users from XPM. We can check the data, so we can show it before we actually pull it in. And so you can see those, and you can see that bottom one is the one that I just created. And so if we're happy with that, we can add them into email marketing. And so we can see they're successfully added. Now, if one of those addresses already exists, which obviously it will do over time, it just won't pull them in. So it'll only pull in your new people and just ignore the other ones. So if I now go back to email marketing and go into subscribers, we can see those people have pulled in, including that one that I just subscribed. You can see the subscription date. So I think that's pretty cool. That means that we can now have data going into XPM through the lead side of it. So any form on the website, we can push that data right into XPM and you've got them as a lead, or we can now pull it back. So you're just removing that data entry. And people who are unsubscribed, they'll be stored in here. So even if you pull them back in, they're not going to get sent any emails. So that gets around that issue on that side. So I think that's pretty cool. If you're a client and interested in that and you want to beta test that, just type yes into the chat and we'll get in touch with you. And if you're not a client and you're interested in seeing a bit more of a demo of that, type XPM into the chat. Type XPM and we will get in touch with you and we can show you more. Final thing then, I just wanted to show you a couple of new designs. So the most popular way that we do website design is with what we call standard designs. And rather than go through like a custom design project, which can take a lot of time, what we can do is you can just pick a layout. We customize that with your logo, your colors, your branding, content. We can move elements around on the page. It's a really quick way to get an awesome looking website. And the other big advantage of going with one of the standard designs, you can see them on screen here, is that you can change design whenever you want for free. So we release new designs fairly regularly, and we've got these two new designs here. So this is a client in Auckland. So we've just changed over their site to one of the new designs here. And this is the other design here. So this is one of the leading zero firms in the States. And this is the new layout for them. So what's great about it is you can pick a layout. We can customize that with all of the things I mentioned, your colors, your logo, your branding, your content, and you can have a website live in just 3 weeks. So if you're interested in finding out more about websites, book a demo. So Auntie has put that link in the chat. And if you're in a bit of a hurry to get that done, it might be worth it, because I'll just show you a quick offer that we've got on at the moment. And that's 90 days of marketing done for you. So basically, this is like getting one of these marketing packages that Antia showed for free for 90 days. And the only downside, well, it's not a downside, it's a bit of pressure, would be you have to sign up for a website or the Ascend Marketing Hub before May the 31st. There's a little bit of time pressure on that one, but that offer's there if you're interested. So just book a demo and we can.
Really, really good value. I'd highly recommend, if you're thinking about Bizink, book a chat with us. That is a really, really good offer, and we'll help you guys out.
Yeah, cool. Well, that wraps things up in terms of what we were going to show you. We tried to keep it as quick as we can. So thanks for coming along, but we're more than happy to stick around and answer any questions. If you've got any questions, just put them into the Q&A or the chat. It's fine either way. But if you want to talk to us about anything you've seen today, you can see the details on screen. So hello@bizinkonline.com, or the book a demo link is in the chat there. So yeah, we'll stick around for a few minutes to answer any questions. We've got one question that's come in already, which was about email marketing, and saying, those email blasts, what's a good thing to promote there? And we do get asked that a fair bit, but what I would say is go back to my original question to you, which was, do all of your clients know about all the services that you offer? And if they don't, then you should be telling them. So of course, tell them in meetings or whenever you talk to them on the phone, but a regular email, repeat stuff, right? So like, it takes, you can read different things on this, but like 7, 11 touches before a prospect or a client takes action in terms of a marketing offer. Basically, who knows what the exact number is, but it's multiple times. You've got to do things multiple times before people take action. So I'd say, in terms of email marketing, that's the first place to start. And then if you've got a good list of prospects, well, start with your most popular services, and hopefully they're based around the pain points of business owners or individuals. So they're two things that I think you should be thinking about promoting. Question from Maurice, which is, do we link with any CRMs? And the answer is we do. So you might remember a few more, Anthony, but the ones off the top of my head, we integrate out of the box with Zoho, ActiveCampaign, can integrate with HubSpot, Infusionsoft, we've got a few clients integrated with. If we don't integrate with something directly, we do integrate with Zapier. So from Zapier, it's quite easy then to push that data into any one of over 1,000 cloud apps, which includes most of the big CRMs. If you want to post in which CRM you were after, Marissa, I can check if it's the one that we already integrate with, but generally we can.
I've got a question from Anne as well, Matt. Across all your clients, how do you avoid duplication of use from your content library?
Well, I guess we don't do anything explicitly to avoid duplication, in the sense that there's so much content in there that the chances of a firm in your area posting the same content at the same time is very minimal. The other thing is that basically I'm wondering, is this the duplicate SEO issue. So people talk about us a lot about, is it an issue that two firms have the same content? And I actually keep in my favorites a video from Matt Cutts, who is the head of search at Google. He talks about there is no duplicate SEO penalty. And I'm happy to send that out. We can put it in the email afterwards. I literally get asked that question, I would say, if not every day, at least every other day. And it's a weird myth that's come about. I don't know if it's SEO people or how it came about, but I'll send you a video of like the head of search at Google dispelling that SEO myth. Final thing I'd say about content is what we try and produce is what we describe as evergreen content. So, we have things like a cash flow template. So, a cash flow template in 2019 is the same as a cash flow template in 2029. And it's something that business owners will always find useful. Like a business plan course, that stuff is always useful. So we don't do anything to explicitly avoid duplication, in the sense that there's so much content out there, we just keep adding to that content, so you've got maximum flexibility about what content's out there. And Google will not penalize you for that stuff, and we'll send an email about that after the session.
I'd just add to that as well, that especially with our blog posts, we really encourage our clients to tweak it, to at least have a read through, and see if it's the style of writing that they use. Maybe they just want to tweak a sentence or two. So our clients do kind of make it their own, and you've always got that functionality there too.
Yeah, I think that the way I would look at it, and one of our most successful clients is an accounting firm in Auckland. They probably use about 90% of our content, but then they will do, say, 10% of their own content. So they would use our content for the general business stuff, but they work particularly with property owners. So real estate is a big thing in Auckland, if you're not from New Zealand. And so they work with like property real estate businesses, that kind of thing. And so they will do that very specific content related to that. We've just had a big debate in New Zealand about capital gains tax. So, they did a post about that. So I think, our content forms a really great foundation, because most accounting firms don't have enough time to create content. I mean, look, we're a content company. We struggle to create enough content. So what we're giving you is a foundation to build on. And then instead of having to do all the content, you can maybe do the really kind of specific stuff to your audience, a couple of times a year, a few times a year.
Another question now, how do you manage prospects if they become clients on your email list? Is that a manual process?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm just thinking that one out. In terms of, yeah, so that is actually an interesting question. I would say, yeah. I mean, you if it was an XPM, that would come in, I think, through the sync. If it was just on your list, I think you would have to do that manually. What do you think, Anthea?
Yeah, I'm thinking of that as well. You can definitely do it manually. I'm just wondering if there's another way, but we might have to get back to.
Yeah, I guess it'd be good to have a process there. In terms of, I mean, so partly what I would say would be, yeah, you could just put that as part of your onboarding process, is to check that they're on that list. We don't have anything explicitly to do that, but it's really easy to do it manually. The other part would be, say they're on your newsletter list. I would be sending that to prospects and clients potentially. I wouldn't be that bothered, if that was the case. So, yeah, I think it would be manually right now, but it's pretty simple to do.
I've got a couple more here as well. In terms of the automated emails in the back end, can we write our own like email automations and add them in there?
You definitely can do that. It's really simple. So automation, the way it works is you just choose the trigger. The trigger is somebody signing up to a list. So someone signs up to through a form on your website. They go in a certain list, and then you begin to send them emails. So, for example, you could use it for, and this is something we'll be doing in the next one of these webinars. We're going to be releasing some onboarding tools for you. So, an onboarding form and automated onboarding emails. So it could be like day one, say hello to your client, point them in the direction of certain resources. And you could even set that up to be like 6 months after a client's been with you. You could send them a nice anniversary email. Hey, you've been with us 6 months. How's it going? Do you want to chat? That kind of thing. So you basically you create an email and you set the duration after they signed up to the list. That's it. So, it could be 1 day, a week, 6 months, a year, however you want that to work.
Awesome. And I've got one more as well. This person has heard about our marketing hub and just wants to know a little bit more about it, what exactly it is.
Yep. So Marketing Hub we built when Bizink launched in 2013. We basically did websites. That was our pretty much our only product line. And since then, we've added more and more tools and content that accounting and bookkeeping firms can use. And what the Marketing Hub is, so the kind of our name for that is Ascend, is basically if you've got a website and you're happy with that, then you can still use our content. So you could use our blogs, that integration with social media that I showed you, email marketing, business resources, all that Zero content. You can use all of that, and it will either integrate with your existing site, or you can just use that as a standalone product, as like as you say, like a marketing hub or a client hub where your clients and prospects can visit.
Perfect. I think that's all the questions I can see for now. If anybody has any more, quickly fire them in. Otherwise, you're free to obviously book a demo as we mentioned or send an email to us.
Cool. Thanks, guys, for coming along. Really appreciate you making the time out your busy day. And as mentioned, we'll send out that recording and that link to the SEO video that I mentioned as well. But thank you, Anthea, for coming along too. And let's wrap up there. Have a great day, everyone.
See you later, everyone.